Hey, amazing parents, it's Dr. Lindsay here. Your child was well behaved and cooperative before the holidays, but now constant tantrums, refusing to listen, getting emotional about absolutely everything. Sound familiar? Here's the truth that I need you to hear. Your child didn't suddenly become a bad kid. What you're seeing is a completely predictable response to several weeks of disrupted sleep, excessive sugar intake, irregular routines, and sensory overload. The good news, you can fix this in just 72 hours. Today, I'm showing you exactly what's happening inside your child's brain and body right now, and my proven 3-day framework to restore normal behavior. By the end of the week, your home can feel calm again. Let's dive in. First up, why kids go completely haywire after holidays. As a psychologist, I teach parents about what I call the 6 nemesis of good behavior. 6 things that make even the best behaved children fall apart. Hunger, thirst, fatigue, heat, pain, and being cooped up inside. Think about typical holidays. Late nights throw off circadian rhythms. Sleep deprivation shuts down the prefrontal cortex, the brain part controlling impulses and emotions. Excessive sugar creates dramatic blood sugar spikes and crashes. Sugar affects dopamine pathways similar to addictive substances. Routine disruption puts the brain in stress mode. Even fun chaos registers neurologically as stress. Sensory overload from loud gatherings overwhelms developing neuron systems, and lack of movement dysregulates them. Excess energy emerges as really bad behavior. So our family has absolutely experienced this after extended holiday visits. We've seen epic meltdowns over the tiniest things, the wrong cup, siblings looking at each other wrong, complete just disappropriate reactions to minor frustrations. Then comes the realization, 2 weeks of reduced sleep, too much sugar, and zero predictable routine, and mostly indoor crowded gatherings. These weren't behavior problems, these were nervous system problems. The brain and body were completely dysregulated. Understanding this helps you respond with compassion instead of frustration. So your child isn't trying to make life difficult, they're genuinely struggling to cope. So I'm giving you a clear 72-hour plan. Focus on these 3 areas and you'll see dramatic improvement. Day 1, sleep. Your absolute priority is getting sleep back on track. Day 2, routine and nutrition. Reestablish predictable routines and stabilize blood sugar. Day 3, regulation and reset. Fine-tune emotional regulation and solidify the new normal. Now, why 72 hours works? Sleep patterns reset within 48 hours with consistency. Blood sugar stabilizes quickly. The nervous system calms when routine returns. Your child's brain adapts to structure faster than you think. If holidays involved extreme disruption, multiple time zones, 3-week trips, severe schedule changes, you might need 5 to 7 days. Same framework, just more gradual progress. Here's the key mindset. You're not changing your child's personality. You're removing the factors that dysregulated them. Once addressed, their baseline behavior returns. So day 1 is entirely focused on sleep. This will be your hardest day, but sleep is the foundation everything else builds upon. Without adequate sleep, nothing else works. In the morning, wake your child at their normal time, even if they went to bed late last night. I know it feels counterintuitive, but it's essential. Get them outside in the natural sunlight within 30 minutes of waking. This exposure resets their circadian rhythm and it signals to their brain that it's daytime. During the day, cut all screen time today, so 0. Honestly, there's quite a bit of conflicting information, but some studies suggest that screens, especially later in the day, suppress melatonin production and interfere with sleep cycles. So play it safe while you get sleep back on track and just get rid of screen time for today. Keep them physically active throughout the day. Go outside, run around, anything that gets their body moving. In the evening, start your bedtime routine at least 30 minutes earlier than usual. They're sleep deprived and need to catch up. Reinstate your complete routine with bath time, pajamas, books, songs, whatever your pattern was, in the exact same order every night. Put them to bed significantly early. Toddlers should be down by 6:30 to 7. School-aged children by 7 to 8. Teenagers by 8:30 to 9:30. Expect significant pushback. They'll insist, I'm not tired, even though they clearly are. Here's what's happening. Overtiredness actually feels like being wired and energetic because stress hormones flood their system. You might see big meltdowns during the day. That is completely normal when a child is severely sleep deprived. Stay calm and consistent. If you nail this sleep reset on day 1, you've honestly done about 70% of the total work. Everything else becomes exponentially easier when a child is properly rested. Day 2 builds directly upon yesterday's sleep foundation by adding predictable routine, structure, and stable nutrition. So in the morning, wake at exactly the same time as yesterday and get outside in the sunlight again. This consistency reinforces the circadian reset. Now, reestablish regular meal times, breakfast, mid-morning snack, lunch, afternoon snack, dinner, all at consistent, predictable times. No eating, grazing between meals. During the day, create a simple visual schedule for younger children, showing them the flow of their day. Return to normal daily activities, daycare, school, or your usual structured home activities. Continue strictly limited screens. If you absolutely must allow time, set a clear timer. You can watch one show after lunch and then screens go away. Focus nutrition on protein and healthy fats throughout the day. Eggs, nut butter, cheese, yogurt, avocados, nuts. These foods stabilize blood sugar and prevent the crashes that trigger meltdowns. Offer water constantly. Dehydration significantly worsens behavior. In the evening, implement the exact same bedtime routine as you did on day 1. You're deliberately creating a recognizable pattern. Pay attention to whether bedtime feels even slightly easier than yesterday. Expect noticeably less resistance on day 1. You should start to see your child seem more like their normal self already. You'll likely notice improvements in listening and compliance. Meltdowns should decrease in both frequency and intensity. By the end of day 2, you should see genuine glimpses of your real child returning. Better sleep combined with routine and stable nutrition brings their nervous system back online. Day 3 is all about fine-tuning your progress and solidifying the new normal. Your child should be noticeably more regulated by now. So in the morning, you want to use the same wake time as the previous 2 days. Same morning routine. The pattern should feel increasingly familiar and comfortable. During the day, focus on emotional co-regulation. Name emotions specifically. I can see that you're really feeling frustrated right now. Validate their feelings. I completely understand. This is hard for you. Offer concrete coping strategies. Let's take 3 deep breaths together. Practice positive reinforcement intensely. Actively catch them being good and praise specific behaviors. I noticed you used kind words just now. That was wonderful. Reestablish appropriate consequences for misbehavior. Now that they're more regulated, you can hold them accountable using your normal discipline strategies. Continue ensuring at least 60 minutes of active physical play outside time whenever the weather permits. In the evening, the same bedtime routine. It should feel almost normal by now. Consider having a brief family check-in. How are you feeling? Does it feel good to be back to your regular routine? Expect behavior to be very close to the pre-holiday normal by now. Smooth bedtime without major resistance, significantly fewer meltdowns, and much better compliance overall. By the end of 72 hours, you've systematically addressed all of the root causes, the sleep deprivation, the blood sugar crashes, the lack of routine, and the nervous system dysregulation. You haven't changed who your child is. You've simply restored the conditions that allow them to be their best self. Do some troubleshooting if it's not working. Check your consistency. Even one late bedtime completely undoes progress. Ensure both parents are following the same plan. And remember that neurodivergent children with ADHD, autism, or sensory processing issues may need 5 to 7 days instead of 3. Address any ongoing environmental factors that might be interfering. Now, post-holiday chaos and difficult behavior is not permanent. It's not defiance or willful misbehavior. It's not evidence of parenting failure. It's a completely normal, predictable response to disruption. And most importantly, it's absolutely fixable. So in just 72 hours, by focusing systematically on sleep, routine, and nutrition, and nervous system regulation, you can restore your child's baseline behavior and bring peace back to your home. You can start this new year feeling capable, confident, and calm. Your child isn't broken, they're just dysregulated. And now you know exactly how to help regulate them again. Now, if the day 1 plan got you thinking your whole bedtime routine and your child's sleep environment could use a refresh, then check out my next video. It goes all in on 4 steps you should take to raise great sleepers. You've absolutely got this. Keep up the incredible work on your amazing parenting journey.